Right, so gone through a gaming session with our students and just want to give back some real quick first impressions. It's only been one session, so I think time will tell how it works out, but first impressions are great. The switches worked really well. I like how they've really thought things through and tried to make an adaptive gaming kit that will meet the needs of the most people. Again, it's always hard to get the specialist fitting, but I think these switches are, they've got a good selection of switches to meet a lot of needs, and we found them working really well for us. So again, overall, great first impressions. I just want to highlight a couple of things that I really liked and things that maybe even better if. So the first thing I really liked that they included in there were these Velcro strips. I thought that's a great idea because we're so used to putting buttons on flat surfaces, but you can put them on the body now, attach them, really easy to wrap them around, and then put a switch on there. Probably that's one. And then the switch sort of follows you, and then you can put that wherever, maybe hit it against a leg or the side of the chair or on a tray, but the switch goes where you go. And then you could probably put a few more wraps to secure the cord. So really like that idea, and so they've kind of in a way lightweight suggested to use these strips, and they've got about 2 of these large ones and 4 of the small ones. I gotta say, when they come to you, they come on this cardboard sheet, and right away I could see that once things start moving around, that you want to secure them pretty quickly. So I think I'd put them on one of these boards until you need them, because they won't be around when you need them. They're going to fall off of that. But really great idea to get us thinking creatively about how we can mount the switches rather than always just putting them on a flat surface. So that's brilliant. What else? I like the use of the selection of Velcro in the first place. It's a very fine Velcro, so you almost don't notice it's there when you think about the hook and the loop. These hooks are just a really fine mesh, and they stick very well. I mean, they will stay in place. So I like that whole system. Fits on even on these. And I like how they thought through, that they've got a few extras. So if you do need some more, if they do get worn out after a while, you got a few spares to work with as well. So I thought that was well thought out. I suppose one thing that is missing, I would have liked to see with those straps, possibly is one of those elastic bands that come in the spec switch packages to wrap around an arm a couple times. I thought those elastic Velcro straps were really useful. So that could have been a nice little addition. What else? I like the surface of the back of these boards. Really nice and smooth, and nice to feel. Plus, I have a pretty good idea that it worked really well with our Dyson mats. So when you put them on one of those mats, they didn't slide around either. So I think it's a really nice surface to sort of work with. So that, again, well thought out. I suppose some of the downsides I would say is, though I like the idea of the labels on the cords, they're really hard to get lined up so that they're perfectly centered when you go to wrap them around. I'm trying to see if I can find one that's a good example of how difficult I found it. It was tricky, so this is probably the worst one I did. But it just takes a lot of time to really get that right. So that one's not so well lined up, and it's okay. I mean, it's not crucial or critical. It just looks nice if you can get them lined up. But that's really tough to do. So just saying, I don't know if there's another way around that, but it's something that might find a little bit tricky. Then I really liked, again, how accessible the packaging was. Just like the Xbox when it came out. Easy to open, Velcro opening. But the cardboard box that this came in had that long, easy strip to pull off. You can hook your thumb around and pull it off. I'll show a picture of that. But someone had put a packaging, adhesive packaging bag over that strip. And so once we pulled that, as you saw in the earlier video, it was really difficult to pull off. That just seems a real shame. I'm not sure, you would go back to someone, whoever is putting those labels on there, the invoice packaging labels, to put them on some other part of the box, because that made it really difficult to open. That's just really quick impressions. I liked it. The switches seemed to work really well, very responsive, catchy, looks great, functional. So yeah, loved it, and look forward to using it with our kids.